I was actually a client and got to know the team that works here, and Jeff, the owner, and Johnny, and they were looking for some help, and I jumped right in. It took me a long time to find the job that I've always wanted, and it's here. My name is Scott, and my role is administrative processing. Every car has an extended life. The initial conversation revolves around the intake sheet, some basic data, some history about the vehicle, what they want done to the vehicle, what their piggy bank can afford, and then we get them entered in the system and schedule them on our roster and get a date and time to bring them in and hopefully turn them around fairly quickly. Yeah, I mean, I think everyone has an idea of what they want to spend, where their limitations are. That number allows us to determine if we can work within their budget or if we do a little now and a little later. And based on their priorities, what do you need done first? And is there enough dollars in the piggy bank to do that? Do we do it in stages, or can we do it all at once? Or do we do the low-cost items first and then work our way up to the more expensive items? A lot of customers think that, well, if I tell you how much I plan on spending, you'll consume it all. And it's not the case at all, especially when it comes to paint and body. That can be an expensive adventure, depending on how old the vehicle is, how much work needs to be done, and there's really no way to know how many labor hours are going to be required until we start getting into the car, disassembling it, sandblasting it. And so knowing that up front allows us to have a transparent conversation with the customer and be upfront about what we can achieve with that amount of money and where it'll take us and how far we can go. We invoice here weekly every Thursday, so that's an invoice update. They get pictures of the work that's been performed with the descriptions and any parts consumed. If they want more than that, we're happy to update them on a regular basis. Some customers stop by the shop and check in on the progress, and we welcome that. We'd love to see people be involved in the work that's being performed with their vehicle and see the progress being made. I think learning about the stories of the cars, I enjoy that a lot, especially when a vehicle has a long history with a client. And then, seeing them come and pick it up when the work is done, of course. The expressions on their face, how pleased they are, the feedback that they get when they take it to car shows, people who have seen it before and then after, and see, what took place and how great the vehicle looks when it's done. The industry now, reproduces a lot of parts that weren't available, let's say 2, 3, 5 years ago. So we can obtain a lot of parts. Some of them are more difficult than others, especially on the the higher end or the European vehicles. But we dig really hard to find every part. If it's not new, it's used, or maybe new old stock, or someone actually remanufactures, rebuilds that part. Car stereos is a good example of that. Radio, electronic equipment, speedometers. The industry, because it's in such demand, there are more and more availability than there used to be in the past. Occasionally we run into a problem where they're just not manufactured, and eBay is a great find. Thank God for eBay. You never know what you're going to find out there. People breaking down vehicles and selling them for parts. I think I enjoy it all, and I don't really view anything as the hardest part. Depending on the volume of vehicles that are here at the shop, the more we have, the more challenging it becomes. So I guess maybe, when we're working with a lot of vehicles and a lot of customers, I think setting the proper expectations with the customer is critical, and we've become better at that because of experience with other clients, their particular scenarios, and keeping an eye on where we are with the budget, staying on top of that. Sometimes it can get ahead of you before you know it. Well, we say around 1990, but it might depend on the model. If it's an import, it might go a little more. If it's a rare vehicle, something you don't see every day, it's a challenge for the shop, and we're looking to take something like that on, like a Pantera or an import, a Mercedes, a Bentley. So some of those vehicles that are kind of unique, we tend to go beyond 1990. I think they all have their
Catalina.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's a good one. But I mean, all the cars that come through here, really cool. My own vehicle came through the shop. It took a year and a half to get it completed. It's a 1968 Pontiac Catalina, and I am driving it and enjoying it, having some fun. There's always work to be done. It took me a long time to find the job that I've always wanted, and it's here.